Live from the KATV River Market Studio in downtown Little Rock, this is Channel 7 Good Afternoon Arkansas with Alicia Dover and Barry Brandt.
From Baptist Health again, we have Dr. Charles Chamblee. He's back with us today. And he's talking about stress and how to deal with it. And what are some of the things that cause stress? I came in here, I don't do this all the time.
I know,
you know?
deep breaths.
I came here kind of at the last minute and it was a little stressful. So
well,
that's one thing that causes stress.
You just nailed one of the things.
Stuff
Last
that
minute
you just
changes.
let pile on until the last minute.
Yeah, last minute changes or unexpected events in your life are one of the #1 stress causers. And it can be anything: financial management, family relationships. The list goes on and on.
But
so we're going to talk about how to handle it better and what the unknown consequences of stress might be.
Okay.
And we are back with Charles Chamblee with Baptist Health Behavioral Clinic to talk about stress and how to cope with it. I thought we just got through with the holidays.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, that's not the only thing that causes stress. It's a major one.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about that. I think the last time we were here.
We did.
You and I talked about that, how the holidays can be stressful. But stress can affect people in many different ways, and there are things to get over the stress, I guess. But let's talk about some of the biggest stress problem makers. Financial is what I talked to you about.
Financial is what we talked about. That's certainly one of them. It really comes into one huge category, and that is unmet expectations. You had this expectation and you haven't been able to meet it. Financially, being able to save, had an event that you thought was going to go a certain way that didn't go that way. You thought you were going to have calmer traffic, you get heavier traffic. You expected the person not to cut you off, they cut you off. All those are something that you had an expectation and that expectation wasn't met, and that causes stress.
Yeah, and stress can really eat at you, not only mentally, but physically. It can have an effect on you, don't you
One
think?
of the huge things that we notice about stress is it incredibly causes health issues. Somebody can get colds much easier, your immune system goes down, it causes people to sleep less, and that gets into a vicious cycle because anytime you have anything going wrong and you don't sleep well, it's going to make it even worse.
Right.
So that starts to get into that cycle, and it's hard to get out of it at times.
One of the things that I've always done, and I've just always been this way, you know, a lot of people can get stressed because if they're given some sort of a task or they're given a big responsibility, if they procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate until it's right there. I, on the other hand, this is just me personally, if I get it out of the way right away, and that seemed to help me.
Yeah, you and I talked about at the break. Stress can be good because stress is what motivates us to do those kind of things.
Right.
We don't want that hanging over us. It's when stress gets to the overwhelming level that it causes a problem. I can't tell you how many kids have told me, you know, I do good under pressure at the last minute. And that's really an excuse because you don't do your best work under stress, rarely if ever.
What about stress in kids? You know, we think about stress in adults and we can understand that clearly, but there has to be underlying stress on kids in school, kids with peer pressure and things like that. Doesn't that play in?
Yeah, over the last several years, let's say 10 years, we have seen a marked increase in stress with children. A lot of them are dealing with anxiety because there are such high expectations from families and from the academic world. And as we're seeing more and more families end up in a broken state, divorce taking place, that causes stress for children as well. It's getting to be really, really bad.
And what if there are some parents out there maybe watching us right now that kind of notice a few behavioral changes with their children who may be in elementary school, and they think it could be stress related, is there anything a parent can do to kind of find out what's going on or calm the kids down?
Sure, certainly facilitate communication on a regular basis. Don't just think that your child's going to be able to handle it on their own or that they're going to be able to get over it. Talk with them about it. Oftentimes kids don't want to talk to their parents, so if that's the case, get somebody else for them to talk to. A teacher, a counselor, a minister, or if they need professional help, find somebody to be able to do that. And also make sure that your kids have realistic expectations. Make sure that that they know you're not expecting them to be perfect, just to do their best that they can.
And if kids are having problems in school, or they're stressed out over a project or something, it's good maybe for the parents to work with them, but not to do the project for them.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times we've had parents, when they were being really honest, say they ended up doing them for them. But that doesn't teach the kid how to be able to handle that going down the road. It just says mom and dad are going to come in and rescue me.
And stress can, if you let it get to you, can knock off, what did you say, 4 to 8
years of your life, research has proven.
Doctor, thank you so much for being with us
Absolutely.
today. Appreciate it once again.
Yeah.
You can contact Dr. Chamblee by email, which is Chamblee, C.R. Chamblee at practice-plus.com. on your screen there, or you can also give him, you can contact him, the number that's on your screen.